What's up? I'm Blake and this is my video for the new Apple iPhone 4S released in the US last Friday, October 14th, 2011. I have here the iPhone 4 Black 32GB AT&T and the iPhone 4S Black 64GB AT&T. For this video, first I'll be discussing and demonstrating some of the features of the new model, and then afterward we'll do some side-by-side comparisons. Before we get started though, I did want to mention I did take a few comparison photos, and you can find those over at my Flickr account if you're interested. Here's a link. As you can see from the pictures in the video, they're pretty much identical on the outside, but thankfully a lot has changed on the inside. First of all, Apple put their A5 dual-core processor in the new model. They say it's good for up to 2 times more power and 7 times faster graphics compared to the A4 processor in the old iPhone 4. The new iPhone 4S also has a better camera, 8 megapixels versus 5 megapixels for the iPhone 4. Apple says it has new optics, which means not just more megapixels but better quality pictures in a wider range of situations. Also, it shoots 1080p video compared to 720p video for the iPhone 4. I think the camera on the iPhone 4 was already a great camera, and just having both phones and being able to use them both, I definitely agree that the camera is much improved. These cameras are really starting to rival point-and-shoot cameras, and I think that's going to be a great selling point for a lot of people. Another claim Apple makes is that the new model's camera is also faster. I'm going to try and demonstrate that for you now. I've got the camera app turned off on both phones, and I'm going to start it at the same time. As you can see, just a little bit faster on the new phone. One of the standout features of the new iPhone 4S is the Siri personal assistant. Siri is a virtual, faceless personality in your phone that's supposed to help you do things and find information faster, all by talking to her and not having to actually touch the phone very much. There's a lot of stuff going on the internet, people talking about Siri and showing what she can do. So I'm not going to spend a ton of time with it on this video, but I am just going to do a brief demonstration. Siri, what time is it?
It's 8:13 p.m.
How many days until Halloween?
Checking my sources. Okay, here you go.
10 days to Halloween. Remind me to tell everyone on YouTube to like this video.
When would you like me to remind you?
1 hour.
Here's your reminder for today at 8:14 p.m. Shall I create it?
Sure.
Okay, I'll remind you.
Set a timer for 15 minutes.
Your timer is set for 15 minutes.
What's the weather like in New York this weekend?
Okay, here's the weather for New York City, New York this weekend.
Guess it could be worse. Tell me a joke.
Blake, I don't really know any good jokes. None, in fact.
Come on, tell me a joke.
2 iPhones walk into a bar. I forget the rest.
What are you wearing?
Aluminosilicate glass and stainless steel. Nice, huh?
Who's your creator?
I'm not sure I have one.
Where were you made?
Siri, was designed by Apple in California.
So Siri's pretty cool, but she's still far from perfect. If you're in a noisy place like a car, she's going to have trouble hearing you sometimes. Also, a lot of her responses require internet connectivity, so if you don't have good cell phone signal or you're not near a Wi-Fi hotspot, some of her responses can be quite delayed or just not what you expected. And also, I think it'd be cool someday to just be able to talk to Siri without having to press any buttons to activate her. There's a lot more that you can learn about Siri. You could make several YouTube videos just about Siri alone, but search the web or search for other YouTube videos about Siri if you want more information. So pretty much for the rest of the video, I'm just going to be doing some side-by-side performance comparisons. First thing I'm going to do is a cold boot. Both phones are completely off right now, and I'm going to turn them on at the same time. And there's the new one. And there's the old one. So the new one beat the old one there pretty handily. The next test I'm going to do is a Geekbench benchmark test. This app is 99 cents on the App Store if anybody's interested. As you can see, there are no programs running in the background, and I'm going to start the benchmarks at the same time. Okay, that was my timer. New model, score of 619 overall. And the old model, 382 overall, so not quite twice as fast according to Geekbench, but still pretty darn close. And you can see there's a ton more information that this program offers. The new model is running a chip at 715 megahertz versus 778 megahertz, but the new model is dual core, so that's why you notice the speed difference. Same amount of memory. Geekbench reports 505 megabytes. There's a 512 megabyte memory chip in both phones. Next, we're going to test the Wi-Fi and 3G data bandwidth on both models. First, we'll do the iPhone 4 Wi-Fi test. I've got Comcast high-speed internet, by the way. 13.52 megabits per second down, and about 1.7 megabits per second up. That's pretty average for me, so I think I pay for 12 down and 2 up, so that's pretty much right on par. Here's a test for the iPhone 4S Wi-Fi. So definitely faster. The Wi-Fi numbers are 16.54 megabits per second down, 2.04 megabits per second up. Now I'm starting to wonder, I'm not sure if I actually have 16 down, or maybe this is because of their power boost technology, but either way, I've done this several times before. The iPhone 4S definitely has faster wireless connectivity. And here's 3G data through AT&T on the iPhone 4S. You can see I have 4 bars of signal right now, which is pretty typical for me, usually 4 or 5 bars at my house. 6.4 megabits per second down and 1.61 megabits per second up. And here's the 3G data test on the iPhone 4 with 5 bars of signal from AT&T. 4.71 megabits per second down and 1.66 megabits per second up. So you can see noticeable difference in speed, both Wi-Fi and 3G data on the iPhone 4S for the better. For the next test, we're just going to launch a browser to a couple popular news pages, New York Times and CNN. I've cleared the history, the browser cookies and data, and both browsers are turned off on the phone, so we'll be launching fresh. And we're going to start with New York Times at the same time right now. Both of these tests are on Wi-Fi, by the way. Much faster, it looks like, on the new phone. Let's do CNN. Much faster on the new phone. There we go. Now I'm just going to launch a couple common apps so you can see their load times. I have turned on the airplane mode on both phones just because I don't want any sort of network traffic to interfere with load times. So we're going to start with Angry Birds Rio Free on both phones at the same time. So pretty close, but the new one was faster. Let's do Plants vs. Zombies at the same time. Faster on the new one. Let's do World of Goo at the same time. Faster. Need for Speed Shift at the same time. So definitely faster on the new phone. And last but not least, I know it's not exactly in season, but I'm going to do Cut the Rope Holiday on both phones at the same time. Just a slight bit faster on the new phone. So that's it for the performance comparisons. One last thing I wanted to comment on is the battery. The new model does seem to have a battery that's at least as good as the old model. And I say that because for me it's kind of hard to test. My iPhone 4 is about 16 months old. And if I use it a lot, on several occasions I'll have to top it off before the end of the day. I am noticing with the iPhone 4S that most days I can make it through an entire day on a single charge. So that's pretty good. I think Apple is careful not to make any bold claims about a great new battery, but just know that it seems to be at least as good, if not maybe a little bit better. That's all I had for you guys. As always, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Again, my name is Blake, and thanks for watching.